You're watching Good Day Austin on Fox 7.
In the upcoming film Kandahar, a covert mission falls apart for a CIA operative, and then he, along with his translator, have to run for their lives. They are fleeing. The film's director, Ric Roman Waugh, joins us to talk more about it. Good morning, Rick. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
You were here a few years ago promoting Angel Has Fallen, so we want to welcome you back to Austin. This story stars Gerard Butler and a slew of others. It is absolutely fascinating, and I read that it is written by Mitchell LaFortune,
yes,
if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He was a former military intelligence officer, so this is a real-life perspective. Yeah,
it's inspired by true events. Of course, we keep that anonymous because of operators, their own safety and the sacrifices they've given. But it's really, if you like the movies like Sicario, how Sicario really set up the drug war in Mexico and the human cost of it, this is basically Sicario of the Middle East. It shows the Middle East in a very different way than we've seen in the last 20 years, and also the human factor that goes within it. And the interesting thing is we were the first movie to shoot in Saudi Arabia since Lawrence of Arabia as a major motion picture, and we were mounting it in 2020, and then when the Delta variant swept through Europe and shut down the borders, we had to go home, and the U.S. withdrawal happened. So it kind of made the movie even more significant about what was the cost of the last 20 years and the cycle of war and cycle of violence that continues in that region. And it's fun to put all that in a big action movie, you know, and do it Lawrence of Arabia style with big, wide, epic shots of the Middle East that people haven't seen before.
Gerard Butler, as we mentioned, he plays the starring role. His character is a CIA operative. He's been exposed as the man behind the explosion of the dismantling of a nuclear reactor when all this intelligence information comes out. So I'm trying to set you up and tell me what happens next or what we can expect. No one's coming to save him.
No, the story is about how we have people that put their lives at great risk, right? They go undercover and are supposed to be anonymous, and for all intents and purposes, sometimes they're outed by either press individuals trying to find the big story or other warring factions that are going against them. And I don't think they understand the human cost of that. You know, that the domino effect that not only does to when you get whistleblowers or things that happen to out covert missions, it's not only what it does politically, but it's what it does to the human lives that are at jeopardy as well. And in this case, when you work in the black ops world like these characters do, the Gerard Butler character and his Afghan counterpart, there's nobody coming to get you because it's about plausible deniability. You know, you're called a cutout. So if things go bad, you're on your own to get yourself out. And that's what happened in the real events, is that it became a gauntlet run to get to a safe place to get extraction when you have everybody in the Middle East trying to capture you.
I know this may seem like a big geopolitical question, but in creating this film, do you think you've been able to maybe help educate and accurately reflect what is happening in the Middle East and the foreign policies that we are dealing with right now?
I'm an entertainment director, right? I'm not a documentarian. So my first and foremost job is to entertain people, right? And give them a huge, big action ride. But if I can hide the peas and the mashed potatoes and expose things in a way that's not my opinion, I've taken on prison reform. I don't know what prison reform is. I've just shown what the prison world is like. And in this case, I'm showing what's going on in the cycle of violence in the Middle East and this never-ending cycle of war that we're in. And I'm not giving you my opinion of it, but I'm hopefully entertaining you for 2 hours. You have a great time at the theaters again. And then you leave and you're asking questions and you're having the debate about what's going on. So hopefully it's an informative journey, but it's not an opinion.
Yeah, it leaves you asking more questions and having more conversations with others about what's really going on.
And conversation and debate creates change.
Right. Our guest, Ric Roman Waugh, director of the film Kandahar, will be in theaters on May 26th. Congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.